Today, on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, new TMF investments support the AI Safety Institute and upgrades to nuclear emergency response. And the White House takes action to protect children online. It's Wednesday, July 24th, 2024. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Here are today's top headlines. The Department of Energy's efforts to upgrade nuclear emergency response capability and the Department of Commerce's plans to establish safety standards concerning AI will each get a boost from the Technology Modernization Fund, which announced $13.8 million in investments to agencies last week. Energy will receive $3.8 million to support upgrades for the agency's radiological response data portal, which is used by the Nuclear Emergency Support Team's operations, and Commerce will be awarded $10 million to assist the growth of its AI Safety Institute. The institute, which is housed in the National Institute of Standards and Technology, was announced last year to assess the risks of the technology and develop guidance to mitigate those issues. It's currently working with a consortium of more than 200 companies and organizations to address actions in President Joe Biden's AI executive order, including risk management for generative AI and red teaming guidance. To support those efforts, Congress gave NIST up to $10 million in its appropriations for the current fiscal year to stand up the institute. That funding, however, came as the overall budget for NIST was slashed by nearly 12%. Democratic Representative Haley Stevens of Michigan said in an email to FedScoop that, quote, funding the AI Safety Institute is critical, adding that while the institute received a one-time grant from the Technology Modernization Fund, investing in AI safety will require consistent and sufficient appropriations. Additionally, Larry Buffundo, the newly announced TMF executive director, said in a release that the two investments address, quote, two of the most pressing technological challenges facing our government today: modernizing nuclear emergency response systems and establishing AI safety protocols are crucial steps in ensuring that our technological infrastructure keeps pace with evolving threats and opportunities. In other news, the White House earlier this week unveiled a range of efforts across the federal government to protect children's privacy and safety online, an announcement that comes amid a recent surge in image-based sexual abuse fueled by artificial intelligence. Multiple agencies are looking at how they might respond to threats that children face online, according to an Office of Science and Technology policy release, including the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which is planning to assess new ways to estimate and verify ages online and has created a new evaluation system for age estimation algorithms. Additionally, the Department of Education released guidance on AI and education technologies to help inform nondiscriminatory uses of the emerging tech. OSTP Director Radi Prabhakar said during a Monday White House event that, quote, what's happening in the online environment today is something that happens every time we encounter and create powerful technologies. They always come with a bright side and a dark side. The bright side, Prabhakar said, includes the benefits of fostering positive online environments for children within marginalized communities, such as the LGBTQIA+ community. The risks, she said, include issues around children's online privacy and safety, such as cyberbullying and the collection of information about kids by companies and the sending of targeted messages. Some of those issues were raised in the Kids Online Health and Safety Task Force's final report, which was also released Monday. The group, which includes federal agency representatives and members of the Executive Office of the President, calls in its report for bipartisan legislation and engaging in international efforts to collaborate on online safety, in addition to offering other information to the public. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.